The third race of the NASCAR Nationwide Series season is over. The Samstown 300 just wrapped up. Sam Hornish Jr. was dominant all day long. Would it be enough for him to hit the jackpot in Las Vegas? Let's find out. Hello everybody, John Limousin here for JM Sports 100 and the JM Sports Show. How is it going? Let's take a look at the action from the Samstown 300. We do have a lot to talk about. Brian Vickers led us off from the pole, and it didn't take long before action really got going. 4 laps into the event, Eric McClure, who in the I believe the 24 car doesn't have the best equipment, his engine did not last. One problem that you do have at Las Vegas is bumps, and we saw a couple of situations with the bumps. First of all, we had Brian Vickers, who was leading at the time, lost the lead. Brad Keselowski was able to get around him when Vickers' car did get upset with the bumps. And then Keselowski, since the beginning of the race, he came on the radio and said, "I've got a vibration, I've got a vibration." Now the bumps, and I do know this both from, because I said on ESPN and from playing a lot of NASCAR stuff and racing at Vegas a lot in the NASCAR games. If you feel like you have vibration, the bumps will only exasperate that. And so he just kind of continued to go along. It did end up being an issue for Brad Keselowski, which actually basically took him out of the event. We saw a competition caution at lap, I believe, 35, like we were supposed to, because there wasn't a whole lot of practice for the Nationwide Series after everything was rained out in Las Vegas due to rain yesterday. Mike Wallace and Joe Nemechek would then get together, bringing out a caution. Robert Richardson Jr. would then go for a ride. Now, Trevor Bayne would get into it with Kyle Larson later on in the event. And I'm sorry I don't really have laps doing for this. If I was trying to multitask, I'm sorry I don't have laps down. But basically it was just an issue of side force, pretty much. Kyle Larson, the young kid, doesn't really know quite how he's doing it. He didn't quite handle Trevor Bayne like he probably should have. Trevor Bayne said it at the end of the race. He's not mad because Larson's just got to learn. He said, and Trevor Bayne said, I've made the same mistakes, and he will learn eventually. Both cars were able to continue. Trevor Bayne was able to continue the whole way, and as we will learn in just a couple of minutes, it would be the Larson would not make it to the end of the day. As we went back to green after the Trevor Bayne issue, Dale Earnhardt Jr. would have a tire issue. Now, we would have a debris caution that would come actually before the junior tire issue, which would be right in the fuel window for them to make it on one final stop. So it was going to be interesting. What would the fuel mileage be like? Would it be trouble? Kyle Busch at one point in time had enough fuel to get to the finish, but they were going to be on fumes taking the white flag. So his crew chief said, if we go to a green-white checker, I'm taking the headset off and I'm walking back to the holler. There's nothing. I don't want to see it. Luckily for them, Scott Legacy took a spin shortly thereafter. That would help the gas situation. And then also, with 12 laps to go, like we said, Kyle Larson would wreck hard with Joey Gage. Joey Gage looked like he pretty much just slowed up. Almost like he completely came to a stop, and hard with Joey Gage. Joey Gage's car started on fire, slammed the wall, car started on fire. A bit of a rookie mistake for Joey Gage. He actually started to take the steering wheel off before the car came to a stop, which is a dangerous situation. He was okay. He did slam the wall again after that, the inside wall, but nothing major as far as that inside hit goes. So basically, it was for the most part, a two-car show. Sam Hornish Jr., just a tremendous job. Today, of course, was a 200 lap race. 114 of them were led by Sam Hornish Jr. And I can tell you, too, from another standpoint, I did watch a little bit of the NASCAR race, buddy. I spent on NASCAR.com. I spent some time riding with Dale Earnhardt Jr. and I spent some time riding with Kyle Busch. And when I was riding with Kyle Busch, both, Kyle said it himself on the radio, and you could just see it. Sam Hornish Jr. was just so quick. Once he got out in front, he was just taking off. And not only was he taking off, he was a loose fast. He was extremely loose. He was getting extremely sideways, hanging on to it, and still pulling away from Kyle Busch. Sam Hornish Jr. had a hell of a race car tonight, or in today's race, and it showed. He dominated, got his second career victory. He said he felt like he had about 6 races get away from him last year, but this one definitely did not get away from him today. I'm not sure if I'm going to have point standings for you. I'm going to try to hold out and hope that I do get to a point where I have point standings. But here's what I know I do have. I do have 43rd through first. So let's do that. Let's go through the running order in reverse. 40th through first. I forgot they took 3 cars out of the Nationwide Series. Eric McClure did finish 40th with his issue that he had with the engine. Chase Miller 39th. Jeff Green 38th. Brad Keselowski, with all the issues he had, ran 56 laps. I'm sorry, no he did not. He was 56 laps down. My apologies. So he did finish the race 56 laps down in 37th with his, what they believe was a shock issue. Kevin LePage 37th. Jason White would finish 36th. 35th for 36th for Kevin LePage, 35th for Jason White, 34th for Mike Wallace, 33rd for Joey Gaze. Kyle Larson finished 32nd after his wreck. Daryl Haar 31st. Pooker Kligerman finished 30th. He finished 11 laps down. Interesting maneuver for Kligerman. Kligerman said, "I smell smoke. I think it's us. I gotta bring it to the garage." And he also saw it too. So they took it to the garage. Everybody came back to the garage. He said it felt like it popped out of gear, but it popped back in gear. And then come to find out that the smoke was basically just a flat tire. So basically he lost laps from being in the garage with a flat tire. Robert Richardson Jr. finishes 29th. 28th for Juan Carlos Bloom. 27th for Joe Nemechek. 26th Jeffrey Earnhardt. 25th Josh Wise. 24th Hal Martin. 23rd Dexter Stacy. 22nd Jamie Dick. 21st Blake Cook. Scott Legacy Jr. finishes 20th, even though he spun. Pretty good run for Johanna Long. She finishes 19th, 2 laps down. Ryan Sieg finishes 18th. Mike Bliss 17th. Reed Sorensen 16th, 2 laps down in his first race with the new team as he subs for Michael Annett, who of course is injured. Next up, we've got Justin Allgaier finishing 15th, 1 lap down. Dale Earnhardt Jr. finishes 14th, even though he had the tire issue and lost a lap. He did get the lap back. First car on the lead lap. Nelson Piquet Jr. scraped the wall. I believe it was coming to the white flag, but he was able to stick with it. He finishes in the 13th spot. 12th for Brad Sweet, good run for him. He was in good equipment, but he needed a good run. 11th for Ty Dillon. 10th for Travis Pastrana, good run for him. 9th for Brian Scott as he continues to look very, very good. I think this is going to be a big year for Brian Scott. Brian Scott ran the Nationwide Series full-time last year with good equipment. He's got even better equipment this year. This is pretty much the same. This is the same team, I think, almost completely that Elliott Sadler contended for the Nationwide Championship the last 2 years, so Brian Scott should be able to do so. Alex Bowman, another good run, finishing 8th. Here's the deal about Alex Bowman. He finished good at Daytona, and I kind of thought, well, it's Daytona, so you can't really take much, into consideration there, but you have to. He didn't lead today, but Alex Bowman has got a ton of talent, and now I'm a believer in him. He showed me that he can really handle a race car, so big things for Alex Bowman this year, I think. I do believe he does belong after watching him at Las Vegas today. Regan Smith finishes 7th, 6th for Austin Dillon, 5th for Elliott Sadler, 4th for Trevor Bayne, 3rd for Brian Vickers. So Trevor Bayne, like we said, even though he had the issue earlier with Kyle Larson, was able to continue on and get a good day out of it. Brian Vickers finishes third. He led 27 laps. Kyle Busch, the hometown kid, hometown hero, led 13 laps, but not enough. Second is where he finished in this race, and it tied his best career Vegas finish. He is itching to get that Nationwide Series Vegas win. He's got it in the Cup Series. He is itching to get it in the Nationwide Series. And like we said, Sam Hornish Jr. led 114 laps, dominated the race, fast race car, second career win. Congratulations to him. He did indeed earn it, in my estimation, and really in a lot of people's estimations as well. And let's see, I'm going to try to get point standings, and if I can't, I'll figure out a different way to do to get the standings, but I don't know if the standings will have updated yet or not, so just give me a quick second. The new NASCAR.com is not that good with this stuff, and no, it has not updated, so maybe I'll do points in the entry list page. At some point in time, I'm going to start doing the preview type thing. Sorry I don't have one up with the Cup Series, don't know if I'll put one up or not. But anyway, next up for the Nationwide Series, it's going to be even more interesting next week as we head to Thunder Valley for both the Nationwide Series and the Cup Series. But the Nationwide Series does run the Jeff Foxworthy's Grit Chips 300 on ESPN2 at 2 o'clock Eastern Time next Saturday. That is March 16th. So check that out. Like we said, racing in Thunder Valley does not get any better than that. It's some of my favorite racing of the year. I'm sorry that this wasn't that good, but like I said, I was distracted, so I didn't get to put forth the effort that I usually put forth. Anyway, guys, like we said, congratulations to Sam Hornish Jr., winner of the Samstown 300. And for the rest of you sports fans, I'll be back with JM Sports Picks later on tonight. And then tomorrow, I will have the Cobalt Tools 400 up as a recap, up as well as the Sprint Cup Series, which races tomorrow on Fox. That's going to do it for me, guys. I am John Lumbers up for JM Sports 100 and the JM Sports Show. Once again, one more congratulations to Sam Hornish Jr. as he dominates the Samstown 300 to get his second career win. I will see you guys later.